Father's Day is this weekend, and what better way to celebrate the man of the hour than with a feast fit for a king?
I mean, listen, our next guest has got us covered with a mouth-watering lineup of foods you can make at home, stress-free.
Love that. Yeah. You can make at home. Don't make your father do it. Joining us this morning is President of Elegant Affairs Caterers, Andrea Correale. Welcome to New York Living, madam. Hello, darling.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
So first and foremost, everything looks delicious.
Thank you. It's all in the presentation.
Before we dive in, how did you get into the food business?
I started Elegant Affairs when I was 16 years old. I really did. I started out of my parents' basement, and I did small parties in people's homes and estates on the North Shore of Long Island.
Okay.
And then eventually we built it up, and now we're in Manhattan, the Hamptons, Long Island, and we do all types of different parties and events.
I was going to peg you for New Jersey, but if it's not New Jersey,
I know,
it's Long Island.
You got the accent, right?
I was like, am I picking up what she's putting down? All right, let's get into it. Father's Day is quickly approaching.
Yes.
We're a couple days away. What do you suggest we make for him?
Okay, so we can start with appetizers if you like.
Perfect.
I'll shimmy.
I'll shimmy. So these are tomato and mozzarella stacks with balsamic glaze. And what's nice about this is typically you might see it on a platter, but when you do the individual plates, you can come out on a tray and offer it to your friends and family, and they can just kind of have that as an appetizer. And you can make them ahead of time. So because if you do salad wilts. You have to worry about it. These will last through, for hours and hours.
This tomato is calling my name to be bitten into with the mozzarella.
With the mozzarella.
The fresh
mozzarella with the Long Island accent. So, delicious, right?
There's nothing better in the summer, too.
I know, and again, they're really, really easy to make.
So good.
Fantastic.
Okay. Moving along.
All right, so these are buffalo chicken meatballs. Typically, you would see buffalo chicken wings.
Right.
So why not try something different? These are really easy. It's just a little bit of carrot, celery, onion, panko, and egg, all the ingredients you'd use to make a meatball. Use a melon ball scooper so you get them all the same size. You bake them in the oven, 400 degrees for 18 minutes. And then if you notice, instead of a toothpick, we use celery stick.
That's precious.
And then on the bottom, put some gorgonzola, some blue cheese, and it's heaven.
Gorgonzola is the fancy blue cheese.
Yes.
Marty, these are really like you.
I'm not going to try one right now, though.
You're not going to? Okay.
That is all in one. I like that it's one big thing.
It's a nice
and
appetizer.
You can put the whole thing in your mouth.
You can put the whole thing in your mouth, and people really go ooh and ah when they see the celery stick. It's something so simple, but something so fun and original.
This looks like it's the star of
the show. All right, this is the star of the show.
Love it.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, it's a baked potato bar.
Yes.
And I love this because it's interactive, it's not expected, and you get your proteins, your vegetables, and I don't know, there's something about a baked potato that's kind of manly, right? Yeah. So first you take your potatoes. Yes. I like to use russet potatoes and sweet potatoes.
Oh, look at that.
Both.
So you have both. A lot of people, want the sweet potato because they think it's more healthy. So then you take olive oil, some coarse salt, some pepper, put the potatoes in the oven on the rack, put a drip pan underneath, and then about 400 degrees for about an hour. Okay. Okay, then you have put out all your toppings and people can go to town.
Can you reheat a baked potato? So can you make the baked potatoes on Saturday night and then Sunday bring them to room temperature?
You can bring them to room temperature, throw them in the oven. You can keep the barbecue on the side even, and you can keep them on a tray on the barbecue and then put all your toppings out next to it. So it's really easy. And you can also have like signature potatoes. Like this is a steakhouse potato. So I have steak, bacon, gorgonzola, crispy onions, and steak sauce. I mean, come on, how good is that, right?
I like that.
I would eat that.
This looks delicious. And then you just leave the accoutrements out and everybody can make it their own.
And they can make it their own. So this is a sweet potato, and I used street corn. Did you ever make street corn before?
Yeah,
I know, it's so good. Cilantro, lime, smoked paprika, a little cojita cheese, and I put that on top of the sweet potato. And if you don't have cojita cheese, you can easily use feta. That works out really well also. And this is what we call the fajita, which is chicken, sauteed peppers, onions, and then some shredded cheese on top.
Fantastic.
Right. Okay. So you can put out a sign if you want, or you can just let people go to town on their own.
I'm gonna
build. You build your potato, and while we do that, no meal is complete without dessert. What have you brought for us today?
Okay, so what I brought today
head down and
was a s'mores parfait.
Beautiful.
So when you, typically you would do s'mores on the barbecue,
Right.
but if you don't want to get into all of that, you can make these parfaits ahead of time, and you just layer all the ingredients. So you have chocolate pudding, vanilla fluff, graham crackers, and you just layer it into a rocks glass.
That's a crumbled up graham cracker.
That's a crumbled up graham cracker. And then you put some marshmallows on top and Hershey's. And then if you can get one of those blow torches, the ones that they sell, you can torch the top and then you can serve them right out on the buffet or right on the dining room table. Either one would work out great.
If I know my father at all, he's skipping over all of this and going right to the dessert first. That man's got a sweet tooth for days.
Right to the dessert, yeah.
I love it.
Fantastic.
You can do whatever you want, fathers. It's your day.
Absolutely.
Andrea, thank you so much for all of this.
You're welcome.